What up, world? It's your boy Doc, and welcome to another edition of Doc TV. Now, in this video, I'm going to be talking about the main event that went down this week, people, on Monday night. I'm talking about CrazySexyCool, the TLC Story. Now, I'm going to get into my review of the movie, how I felt about it, and everything. But first, let me tell you all why. I'm pretty sure y'all don't know this or not, but I'm like one of the biggest TLC fans. I'm a true 90s baby. I was born in 1990. So when Ooh on the TLC tip came out when I was 2 years old in 92, that was one of like the first fondest memories of music that made me become a music lover, that made me become a music head because of the style of it and everything. I still had the original VHS recording from TV when Showtime at the Apollo came on and TLC made their debut performance and hosting the show. I still had that VHS tape, people. I mean, that showed you how legit of a fan I am. I even remember on the TLC tip, I had the cassette tape. I can't find it right now. It's at my parents' house somewhere, but I gotta go look for it. But I had that cassette. Of course, it had the CrazySexyCool. And you know this is real when you had, CDs back in the day. You used to have that little black thing on the casing. This is one of the fondest memories too because it's like one of the first CDs I bought. I was 4 years old, but I asked my mom and my dad, "Can I get this CD?" Because I was a fan of theirs. From my, like I said, older brothers, older sisters, and my older cousins playing their stuff. I fell in love with it. So that was CrazySexyCool. Of course, I had to get that fan mail. Fan mail. That CD, this CD is everything too, people. Y'all know I went through it too. You'll see the little cracks and stuff. I even got 3D. The last studio album that they had before the new album is ready to come out. The last one with Left Eye in particular. I even bought that, and they had some joints up there too. Even though they paid the dust in the opening credits, I'm gonna get into that in a little bit. And of course, had to get that 20, the new greatest hits compilation they have out right now, which just came out last week. And I also have Now and Forever the Hits, but I can't find that. That's somewhere else too missing. But I gotta find that as well. But yeah, I've been a fan of TLCs for a long time. Like I said, they represented my love of music. They represented my first love of music, along with a few other artists. But they were like the first group that, really I resonated with because like, they some dope girls and they dope, and I didn't know what any of it meant at the time. Like I said, I was like 2 years old, 4 years old when their stuff was out, so I didn't know what any of that meant. I remember I couldn't even look at the Red Light Special video because I didn't know how racy it was at the time, because of course I didn't understand it. Looking back now, they were saying some stuff. Even on the Fan Mail album, I was 9 years old when that CD came out. Even my mind couldn't boggle what was going on at the time. But now that I'm older, I know a lot of shit they were going through and saying on those albums now. Trust me. But so yeah, that was one of my, that was where my love of TLC started at. And I remember even when they had the pay-per-view special on the Fan Mail tour, I asked my parents, "Can y'all order it on TV, please, on the cable box, on Cox Cable? Can y'all please order the special? Can y'all please order on pay-per-view?" And they did it. And I remember that was like one of the most epic concerts ever. I wish I could have gone, but that was one of the most epic looking concerts ever. So the movie came on, people. Now the movie been in the works for a minute now. And if you're a true TLC head, you know about the story, you know about the background that they've gone through. But just to see it on screen, just to see it play out is kind of like, wow, I never knew they were going through all of this stuff. So it starts off, telling the story how they grew up and stuff. T-Boz from Atlanta, Chili in Atlanta, Left Eye being from Philly, performing for a drunk dad and stuff like that. Left Eye moved to Atlanta with $100 in the keyboard and, being a street performer basically. Yeah, T-Boz, dancing at the skating rink and stuff like that, and jelly beans and everything of that nature, cascades. Then you had Chili, who was a backup dancer for Damien Dane. And it shows Crystal Waters too. We all know about Crystal Waters, but we didn't know that much. We didn't know why she left. Well, she had to leave the group or why she got kicked out. But now we see that Crystal was a struggle. Like Crystal was a goddamn struggle, people. She, from all the reigns of Jehovah Kanye, she was a struggle. Her voice, her image was a struggle, and I laughed when she was performing that song. I laughed. I was like, was Crystal really a struggle like that? I need some more receipts because I need to really see if she was really a struggle. Because she was a struggle like that, then goddamn, you deserve not to be in TLC. Even if you started the group, even if you came up with the whole situation, you didn't deserve to be in that at all. So when they kicked old girl out, well, Pebbles kicked her out. because Pebbles was forming a girl group, and Pebbles is the shystiest manager of all time. Sometimes I want to get my business skills from her, but I hate Pebbles with a passion, people. If y'all saw me tweeting through the movie, y'all know I had to give her Twitter name out because I was like, y'all at her because I can't stand her. She is the most ruthless manager of all time. I mean, she's the worst. Giving them a $25 a week stipend for food and expenses. $25 a week? And then brainwashing them basically to saying that, oh, this is, your first album. You don't make money until the second album. I'm investing in you. You have to pay back this, that, and the other. And they were so gullible and so hungry for the fame. Well, not even hungry for the fame, but just hungry to just be stars, just to come out. They signed the contract right away without reading over it, without having their parents there. Because they were kind of age. They were like 19, 20, 21. So they didn't have their parents to say, watch what you're doing. Or they didn't have the lawyers, because come to find out, their lawyer was the same lawyer that represented Pebbles, which meant that there was some conflict of interest. Another thing too is it shows how Chili met Dallas Austin, how Dallas Austin produced their first album and stuff of that nature, and Chili was fast, but she wasn't fast like a hoe, but she was fast for Dallas Austin. And I was like, let me find out Dallas Austin was the original Stevie J, getting all these girls pregnant and stuff, and being the Playboy of Atlanta. Why didn't we know this? I didn't know it, and we got to see it in the movie. Another thing too is shows why Chili got her abortion, and she was so hungry to be a mother that she got back with Dallas again, and she ended up getting pregnant again after she saw that Dallas got this other chick pregnant in the mall. She was about to go off because she was TTG. She was trained to go. She was about to fight old girl in the mall, pregnant and all, and it was just a lot of drama. We didn't know what was going on as far as Chili. Then come to find out, T-Boz, we got to see how the sickle cell situation happened, how she had it all along, but she really didn't tell the group. And then she had the episode while she was on stage in concert while they were opening for MC Hammer and Jodeci. And Pebbles, being who she is, was like, well, is she going to be okay enough to perform the next night? And then she kind of put it in their head again, like, oh, well, y'all going to be losing a lot of money. Y'all know how much money y'all going to lose from canceling these shows? And then another thing, too, she had the crocodile tears when they wanted to see their contracts. And she was like, you don't trust me? I'm like, Pebbles, really? I couldn't stand her at all. If y'all saw my Instagram pic, too, that I created on Instagram, y'all see I said Pebbles been paying artists in Trident Layer since 1991. That's why everybody on the face been broke. Tony Braxton had to go bankrupt. We saw what happened with Tony Braxton. Pebbles gave these hoes, I'm sorry to call TLC hoes, but she gave these girls RAV4s. They pulled up in the club. They got platinum sales as a gift. That was it. And they driving RAV4s. I would have taken the damn G or Metro for all of that. But at the same time, it's like, yo, where's the money? What's going on? What's really good? So that's what happened with that situation. And it shows how Left Eye, met Andre Rison in the club. And one of the club scenes I saw about Ciroc in the background. Ciroc wasn't out in the 90s. I may have been mistaken, but I didn't know Ciroc was rocking in the 90s like that. So it shows that situation, how she burnt down the house. She saw the sneakers, she was upset and stuff like that. Andre Rison pulled up to the house with the cylinder missing. He did. And I was like, how did T-Boz and Chili find Left Eye in the Woods, though? There was no GPS tracking back then. There was no cell phone signals of that strong nature. But they got every outfit down to a T, too. When I say they got every outfit, every video shoot recreated down to a pack, I mean, they did a great job with the cinematography and everything, the imagery of this movie. So that's one good thing in its own nature. And then it shows how they busted up in the offices of Arista Records, and how they took Left Eye got her girls from the group home. They pulled down plaques and stuff. They busted the office with Clive Davis and Puffy in the office having a meeting. Like, where goddamn money at? Where the fuck the money at? So they TTG again, trained to go. They were upset. They were mad. So They showed that situation that covered. These are stories we always heard about, but we never saw the reality of it. And then, of course, after the Crazy Sexy Cool album and stuff like that, and they went bankrupt, Left Eye gave her famous, breakdown of how a group can go broke after selling 10 million records. And I was like, damn, these girls were going through it. And then the fan mail, y'all know I'm a true TRL head. So I remember the episode of TRL when it was just T-Boz and Chili on the show. And it was like, where's Left Eye at? Come to find out, Left Eye was being ruled by this dude, Larry, who was like putting all these stuff in her head. That's where that Vibe interview came from too, when she was like, I challenged these girls to a three solo album project where the winner who had the most album sales get $1 million. I'm like, what kind of foolishness? So she was really getting brainwashed. And come to find out, Larry was married. Like, what the hell? So, and I didn't know Left Eye was going off the juice like that too. Left Eye was going off the stuff. But that was just because of the fact that her father, she was filling the void. Like, we really got to see she was filling the void of her father being missing. Even if you look at the thank yous of her albums, of the TLC album, she always thanked her dad. And she always wanted to see her dad be proud, but she was still feeling the emptiness because he wasn't there to see it all. So, I kind of understood where that came from now. And then also show how they just show a lot of stuff in this movie. They showed the real, how they met Bill Diggins, their new manager that they, been rocking with for a long time. I mean, they showed where Left Eye was walking away from $25 million from doing more shows from the fan mail tour because she wanted to go to Honduras. This is when she really started wanting to get that handling aspect and go to Honduras and whatnot. So we got to see that. The Grammys too. We didn't know that. I didn't know. Now that wasn't Beyonce. People was throwing shade at Left Eye for her Supernova album again, pulled off the racks. People kept on Twitter was saying that was Beyonce. Chili said it's not Beyonce. But who was the girl from the group? Brave from, Rich Girl, said that she was playing the character of a lead singer from a group. I can't think what other group was out at that time to do that. I can't think of one. So we gotta do our research, people. Let's do our research together and find that out. But I also didn't know they're having beef on the set of No Scrubs. Like, there was no smiles, nothing like that. Now I see why they looked all angry in the video, all somber and stuff. Even though at the end of the video they was having fights and stuff. The video. But now I see why T-Boz and Chili was against Left Eye in the video. It's like, man, y'all went through a lot. And it made me appreciate them even more because I always appreciated their strength through everything that they've ever gone through. They've gone through so much as a group that I can't even imagine. And Chili, you a gangster for using old Dallas for his sperm just to get your baby. That's gangster right there. But they went through a lot. And when I tell you Keke Palmer, Drew Sidora, and Lil Mama played these roles to a T, like they did a great job. So clap bravo to them for doing an amazing job, especially Lil Mama playing Left Eye. I would no longer talk about Lil Mama. I would not call her Lil Daddy. I would not call her Bow Wow's twin. I would not call him Old Man River. Lil Mama, even she looking good doing the interviews right now. Lil Mama played that role great. Like, that role was meant for her. The baby hairs too that on Keke Palmer for Chili's character, that deserves its own type of credits right there. The baby hairs deserves its own credits. That should have been in the crediting title along with those names. Keke Palmer, Drew Sidora, Lil Mama, and Baby Hairs. That should have all been in the credits together. But this movie was amazing. The VH1 did an amazing job with this movie. The next movie you all want to see, of course, is the Aaliyah story. Even the Destiny Child story, you want to see that just for the drama, to see what everything that went down in the background of the group. But, man, TLC is the legendary group. They've gone through it all. I love the ending of the movie, too. It shows them 10 years later. Again, they played the 3D album, Tboz. But I love how they went in the studio and recorded Meant to Be. They had so much fun in there. That makes me can't wait for their new album coming out next year. I mean, y'all gotta love it, though. So, shout out to TLC. Y'all did an amazing, job with this biopic. VH1. I had to watch the movie 5 more times, people, and that was a 2.5-hour movie, so it was that good. But tell me what y'all thought about the movie and everything. And thank y'all for checking out this video, and I'll check y'all later. Peace.